There we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Man, technical difficulties, guys. I apologize for that. That was crazy. Like, some songs came on that weren't supposed to go on. I don't know if we're going to get dinged for those. Hopefully not. I'll just cut them out of the intro. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody had a good first day of work on a Monday. Jeez. All right, let's do some shout outs. See who's in here first. I know I started the show pretty late. A little bit of a shorter doc talk. We got Oscar636 coming in first and Leonard coming in with a bit. So when you type in bit or you type in the bit icon, that lets me know that you liked the video. So I'm going to give Leonard the first like and I'm going to give Oscar the first comment. So right on, guys, let's go. Okay. All right. Round of applause from the live studio audience. Cool. So how's everybody doing tonight? Let me know. I'll do some shout outs real quick and then we'll do the pop top. We got, let's see. We got Peter. What up, Peter? Welcome back. Saltwater Slayer in the house. I got Marvin. What's up, Marvin? Carl Black. Let's go, Carl. I got San Diego Astro Rods. What's up, Astro Rods? Good evening. Good evening. I see you. Hey, what's up, Salty? Welcome back. Arnie Seeker. Arnie said, like Johnny, I'm back. What's up, Arnie? Welcome back. I see Izzy. What's up, Izzy? Good to have you here. I'm about to drive home until it'll take about 20 minutes. All right, cool. Well, enjoy your drive and drive safe. Just get off work. It's pretty good. It's nice, guys. It's still kind of light out. It's pretty amazing, huh? So time change, in case you didn't know. And we got some longer daylight hours. That's good. I've been crazy busy with work, guys. But I'm recovering. Recovering from work. Sometimes in my job I have to stay up extra late. So I know if it's not the gaming, it's the job. So that's what's going on. Dario, what up, Dario? Welcome back. Captain Dan, what's up? Welcome back, Captain Dan. Be back in a bit. Yeah, Coach, let me know if you're available. That'd be awesome. Sea Samurai in the house. Ooh, Kevin, I owe you some stuff, dude. I'm sorry. I gotta get that done tonight. Okay, I apologize. Sea Samurai. Yep. Cool. I see him. Aaron Kruger in the house. What up? Sup, MMFC? What up, Kevin? Pirate Sailor in the house. Let's go. What up, dude? Welcome back. Can't wait till I got my 805. Oh, wait, there you go. 805. That's a nice beer. It's showtime. Let's go, Arnie. Okay, yo. Okay, good. I think I'm caught up with all the chat. Doing well. Hey, Roman and crew. What up, Dave Rage? Welcome back. Let's go. Mr. Alex Rodriguez in the house. And Arnie cool listed as a ghost last week. Crippled my Gmail account last week. So, oh no. Oh, that's crazy. Very cool. Okay, cool. Pop top. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best pop top you ever heard in your life, 1 being the worst. Rate this pop top. Dang. That was I apologize for your speakers. Was that a gigantic drinking hop contest? Drinking hop concept tropical. Oh, nice. Oh, okay. Hop concept tropical and juicy. Nice. We got a 10 from Captain Dan. Let's go. Got a 10, a 9. An IT. I'm not sure what that means, but I'll take it. 9.5. Oh, IPA maybe or IT. I'm trying to understand what that means. Meh. 8.62. Nice. 9.5. Need to make a beer run. Nice. All right, Coco, let me know in the chat what you're drinking tonight. Cheers. Happy Monday. Let's do this. Oh, yeah, so I got a new streaming phone. And it's getting later out. I mean, it's getting lighter out. So I might start doing the good old from the kayak streams. Now that I can have at least some time before, like between 5 and 7, it's still kind of light out right now. That's a good 2 hours of streaming right there before the sun goes down after work. So be on the lookout for those. I'm gonna start doing those soon. On this channel, there's no need to go to anywhere else. It'll be on this channel. What I'll probably end up doing is I will run a dual camera setup. So one is a streaming setup, and I'll have a recording camera that can do like the actual an actual fishing session video from. So if you're watching the live stream, you're basically watching it live, and then later on you'll see the video come out where it's like the fishing thing, like whatever we're working on that day, and that'll be the video. You already know what's gonna happen in that video, but it'll be like the short version of the long stream. So that's what we're gonna start doing here this maybe this week or next week. Now that it's more daylight, later in the day. So that's really good for us. Really good for creating content and being able to get out when there's still enough light. So very good. Also, it means that days are getting longer, right? Hopefully, eventually. So it means we're going into warmer times and more fish. So that's good. Unfortunately, though, our carrier, like my ICP was Sprint, it got bought out by T-Mobile, and they're forcing us to move to their 5G network. It's just been a kind of a headache. The phone I was using to stream was my old iPhone. And so we replaced that. And in replacing it, I set it up like my old iPhone or whatever, but I let my son use it for like just talking to his friends when they're like playing Minecraft, his friends and his cousins. And so I also set up Spotify on it so you can listen to music. But I think earlier just now he was listening to music when I was trying to do the show. That's where the song kept changing to something that wasn't supposed to be on the stream. So I'll have to go adjust that or mess with it so you can't be changing the music to the stream while I'm away. I was like, why am I hearing this? But anyway, that's what happened there, I think. So that was a little bit weird. So I'm glad that I was listening, or else it would have been playing out the whole way through. So that was kind of lame or bad for the stream anyway. Long days. Saturday sunrise at 6 a.m. Now I go to work in the dark. Oh, yeah, that's true. But at least you come out of work and it's still daylight, dude. I mean, it sucks. Longer days. Saturday sunrise at 6 a.m. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. All right. So over the weekend, I met up with Captain Scotty. I haven't talked to him in a while. But did you guys know that? Do you guys remember when we did a couple of videos with Captain Scotty? We did like the hoop netting video. We did the rock fishing video. We did the iron throwing video, right? Those videos are still pretty popular on my channel. We're gonna be doing more videos with Captain Scotty, but he lives basically like two or three blocks, not like 3 or 4 blocks from my house. So I stopped by his place the other day. Just to say hello and talk to him for a little bit. And we got caught up. And man, he got a new boat. So he started with one boat, right? But now he's up to, he's running 2 boats. What are they called? 2 Parkers. I forget what size. But the boat that we shot the videos on before, and he's got one boat that's a little bit bigger. And then now he's got a crazy bigger boat. He picked up a 3rd boat. And we're shooting the stuff and just catching up. And I was like, man, I let him know what happened with the whole like Cedros thing, where like we're all ready to go. We got rods and stuff. And I was like just super bummed out that the Cedros trip kind of fell through, right? So I'm like, man, well, when are you gonna put this when are you gonna put this puppy into production? You know, when are you gonna put this bigger boat and get it ready? Because I know maybe something that to do with like Cedros, maybe it was the amount of days that you would have to commit, like 5 or 4 days. That's a lot of time, right? 5 or 4 days plus you're going out of the country. Plus, it was a little more expensive than a charter here locally, or that kind of stuff, right? So there was some of you guys that just couldn't do that steep of a thing. But I told you guys I would do an option that is less, not so much, not so much, not so steep, not so pricey, or also not so much of a time commitment. Yeah, Salty, he doesn't have boats just to have them. He's putting them in production, so it's for his business. He's got 2 captains now working under him, so he's got 2 people to run those 2 boats. So it makes sense because he's like, he books them out, it's a business, right? So it's great. He's doing good business. So I'm glad he's growing, and it's very cool. But since I've known Scotty for a long time now, I think it's like it's been at least 3 or 4 years, maybe 5 years since I've met Scotty. And the guy's super chill, super cool. And so I was talking to him, and I was like, you know what, man, we had this crazy, really cool outing schedule for the guys, and I'm kind of bummed out that it didn't pan out. What do you think about hooking us up with some kind of a charter? Like, what's the most people you can take on this big new boat, right? The thing is, like, the way that the captain's licenses work out for, like, I guess I don't know if they call it a permit. Maybe Kevin or Captain Dan can help me with this. It's you have to register the vessel as a commercial thing, as a commercial boat. But when you register the vessel for a commercial boat, you register for the year, and it's for that. I think it's a calendar year, and it just so happens that the calendar for them it starts April 1st. So if he registered it now, he would run it for like a couple of weeks and have to pay the whole year's worth of commercial permit, or whatever you call it, right? So he has to wait until April 1st because the boat's ready to rock. It's ready to go. Yeah, he's got to wait till April 1st until he can register it and have the whole year's worth of commercial license to use a boat or whatever it's called. So that's going to be that boat's going to be available in April. So what I want to start doing with you guys is I want to do. And this is what I talked to Scotty about. I want to do kind of like an ongoing, like a monthly trip. The boat can only take 6 people. Okay, it's a big boat, but it can only take 6 folks. So it's not a huge boat. It's not like a giant like cattle boat, whatever we call it. I'm trying to find a picture here real quick. Here we go. That way, we can run more than one trip, maybe, just based on interest. If there's enough interest, why? Oh wow, Dave Ray, that's a great idea. See, I wasn't thinking that big, Dave. But like for me, I always try to think like, okay, well, how easy would it be to book a charter with 6 spots, right? And I think that would be pretty easy, right? But I also think, okay, let's not overcommit. Let's not tell them we can do the 3 boats, right? But if I say, hey guys, you guys want to do this charter with Captain Scotty? We'll do it once a month or whatever. Whoever can jump in can come. Otherwise, whatever, we'll wait for next month or whatever. But if you guys wanted to do the 3 boats, we could probably get enough. We could probably get the 3 boats booked out. Like he'll make room for us, I think. Rangers got the right idea. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, here I took a picture of the boat before I left his house. It is huge compared to like his other boats. Here it is. I'll show you guys what it looks like. There's my boy in front jumping to see. I was like, go stand in front of the boat so you can see how big it is. So there it is. It's like on a 3-axle trailer. The thing is massive. It's got like a V8. It's got like a V8 engine, guys. It's insane. It's super. Oh, this. It's got the radar. It's got like 2 crazy screens for like the sonar and all that stuff. Anyway, it can handle. He said he's willing to take. Hello, Zoom. He's willing to do a 6-pack with us, and that's not counting me and Scotty. So the way we would run these is I would go along for the ride. I might fish, I might not fish, but I'd basically be along for the ride and like filming and like trying to make a good video out of the experience, right? I'll probably fish too. But my priority would be to make sure that you guys are having a good time and the hype, and of course shooting some sick video of you guys catching whatever we end up doing. We think for the first session we'll do a rock fishing session. No, rock fishing season is almost over. No, that's lobster season. We'll do like a rock fishing session. And that way, the other part of the other reason why I wanted to do this is because we went out and got these awesome rods, right? So we went out and got these awesome rods. I want to give you guys opportunities to use those rods within the group. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Salty, that's gonna be my new job, deckhand / media guy, right? It's called a documented vessel, but it may be more of an insurance. Oh, got it. Thanks, Captain Dan. What up, Cal? Welcome. Yeah, Popper Bluefin, Kevin. That'd be. Can you imagine the hype? Because you know it's kind of hard to cast on those bluefin, but like the bow on the boat is really open. It's really nice. There's a ton of room. You could probably get like two guys up there casting, and then people casting out the back. It'll be good. It'll be crowded with like 6 people trying to cast on popper tuna, but it would be amazing to have a hookup on a boiler, like on a foamer, to get a hookup and like have like 7 of your friends just watching you get bit and trying to bring in that giant tuna. You know, it's like it adds to it. Like it definitely adds to it. Like when we went with you and Brian, part of the best part of that adventure wasn't just getting the tuna. You know, the best part of the adventure was like experiencing it with you guys, and then like the hype, basically the hype, dude. When you finally like when you set the hook and everybody's like, yes, like it's on, like the fish is on, like the fight is on. Yeah, that's part of the best part right there. Yeah, Dave, that's the thing. Once we get it rolling, I think there's room to do those kind of trips. You know, basically what I told Scotty was this: hey man, I want to take this guys out to have like a great time. I want it to be like more what do you call it, intimate, I guess, because we're not gonna have the whole boat. I'll have to split a boat with a bigger crowd. And we can shoot some nice video, capture the moment, right? And everybody on the boat is gonna have like the right attitude, like the right. It's gonna be awesome. I think it's gonna be awesome. He's got. It's funny because like it's funny that I mentioned this, but it's a big deal for me because he's got like a microwave on board, and I'm like, oh, you got a microwave? But I'm living it up. So it's no galley. There's no galley, but there's a microwave. There's it's a little bit of a comfort, right? Rotate 2-man teams. That's right. There you go. Rotate 2-man teams. Yeah, dude. It's gonna be a blast. I think it'll be fun. So I'm working with that. I'm working on that with Scotty right now, and once that gets into place, I'll open up the slots and we'll talk about how it's actually gonna happen. I will mention to him if the option to do multiple boats is an option. That'd be sick. Like we just buddy boat it. Like he captains the big boat, and one of his other captains can captain one of his other 2 boats, or both other boats. It really just depends on how many of you guys want to go on the first trip, or how many of you guys want to go every whenever we do it, right? Boat burgers equals White Castle burgers, exactly. Dude, I'm telling you, won't see. Like, look, that little thing is like, it's like, oh, whatever. It's got a microwave, no big deal. I got a microwave in my house, right? But I don't have a microwave in my kayak. Most boats don't have a microwave. Like most boats that we go on, right? They don't have like a microwave, so it's a creature comfort, right? It's like, yeah, whatever. Like you want to bring your lunch, yeah, bring a Hot Pocket if you want. Bring a pocket burrito. Hot Pockets all day. No, it's like, depending on the weather, right? If it's like brutally like cold and windy or whatever, then a little warm snack does help. It helps the morale, boosts the morale. So yeah, that's what we're doing. That's the, I guess, consolation prize for not being able to go to Cedros, right? And it's also it's not gonna hurt the pocketbook as much, and we'll be able to do more of them, right? And it's local, and we're supporting a local guy too, so it's very cool. Very cool. I'll be right back. Installing a microwave with a kayak. I know, dude. I want. I was trying to talk Kevin into like blessing some kind of grill on my kayak. He's like, dude, that'll melt your kayak. And I was like, ah. Wouldn't it be cool to get to have like a little grill going on your kayak? Just saying. But I guess not if it melts a kayak. If wife allows, I'm down, says Oscar. See that's what I mean. Like, it'll be good. That'll be good. So that's a big news of the day, right? That's a big news. The big the big news, the big update. I'm excited about it. And again, this is just like the preliminary stuff, the preliminary setup. Once you have anything electric, it's got an inverter down there, so you can plug in whatever you need to plug in to cook. And I'm sure I can run a grill too if we need it. But yeah, it's a very it's gonna be very cool. I can't wait. Pedal power microwave, there we go. So that's gonna be really cool. On top of that, we talked about filming some videos too. So we're gonna get back into making more videos that I need a boat for. Dude, it's been crazy. It's been such a long time. Like 2 years ago, when we did the hoop knitting video, that was like, I think it's like a month or two before COVID hit, and I had a whole list of like videos that we're gonna do on this boat, and he was like all for it too, and COVID hit and it just kind of went crazy, and then all that kind of went away or got set aside, back burner, and so now that we're back in action, Salty, more Scotty videos are gonna happen. And the other cool thing that's happening with his business too is that he's got the two other boat captains working for him now, so he's available to do things, right? Because before it was like we'd have to sneak it in between like if you happen to have a day where you had like a morning session and then no afternoon booking, then I could go meet him at the dock and we could do that afternoon booking. We could use that time to shoot a video, right? And that's kind of how we did it before. Now he's going to have access to the boat because he'll be running the other boats. I mean, the other captains will be running the other boats, and his time becomes available. So it's going to make it easier for us to shoot videos. So that's kind of nice too. That's really nice. Crazy, right? Crazy. Okay. So, according to the update that we got last week from Seeker, we should get those rods in about a week and a half. So let's go. Leonard has joined the Mad Max Fishing Club, or extended his membership to the Mad Max Fishing Club for the 5th month in a row. Let's go. Thank you, Leonard. Leonard's the man. Okay. What did Arnie say? Yeah, Kevin, we can make bacon fried rice or Portuguese sausage rice on egg. Nice, dude. Very fun. Very cool. Okay, so a couple of weeks ago, I was talking to Mr. Kevin Acott on the phone. Mr. Kevin Acott is a really good friend, I think. He encouraged me to reconnect with friends and just basically go and talk to people, right? And so that's part of the reasons why I reached out to Scotty, and I haven't talked to Scotty in a while. And it's not because we don't talk, not because we're like on bad terms or anything like that. Just because life gets busy and you forget to talk to your friends, right? You forget to call your friends, or I do, and I'm the worst of it. I'm the worst at it. So Sunday came around and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna call a bunch of people. So I started calling a bunch of people, just seeing what's going on with them, catching up with them. And I just wanted to share that because if I didn't do it with the intention to get us a booking for his charters, right? I would just call him and see what he was up to, right? And he just happened to be working on the, I think what's a part of the boat at the back, the stern that mounts the engine to the transom, right? Well, under there's like some paint he was trying to like remove with a sander, and so I basically texted him. I was like, "Hey Scotty, what's up, dude? How you been?" He's like, "Oh, good." I was like, "Are you around?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm home. I'm trying to sand this thing, the backside of this boat, so I can put it into service next month." And I was like, "What boat?" He's like, "Oh, this boat." So that started the conversation. I was like, "Well, what do you need?" He's like, "I need a sander." I'm like, "What kind of sander?" He's like, "Oh, this, and that." I was like, "All right, cool. Well, I don't have one, but you know what? We have MMFC, and it's like my fight club. I call it MMFC fight club, guys. Not just fishing club. It's also the fight club. It's also a friends club, I guess you could say. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put it out to MMFC, see if anybody has that sander. And Leonard stepped up. He found he has a sander that Scotty needed. So I basically borrowed the sander from Leonard, and he knows that I let Scotty borrow it to do that work on the boat. But when I dropped off the sander, that's when we had the conversation with all this stuff going on. And he's telling me about the new boat and how his business is going. And like, if I hadn't just like called him and reached out, then it would have been like no MMFC chartered with I mean it would have happened eventually down the road. But I'm just saying, the moral of that story is thank you, Kevin, for the good advice. And I think you guys can take from that what you want. If you haven't reached out to a friend that you maybe miss hanging out with or have grown apart from, reach out, guys. Reach out to an old friend or reach out to a current friend. Just say hello. Ask them what they're up to, and you'll be surprised what happens. It's pretty crazy, right? So I was super stoked about that. So that's kind of like it re-energized me. And then now I'm like, who can I call next? Not for the sake of getting something for myself, but just to catch up with people, you know? So it's very cool. The other thing that happened was pretty crazy. So yeah, I have a drone too, Arnie. Yeah, we definitely run a drone with those 3 boats, dude. Scotty would be so stoked if we could get like the flying V, like the 3 boats coming at the drone. That'd be awesome. Okay, so another thing that was pretty amazing or pretty cool this weekend, like, you know, guys, I do spotty ball with you guys because I enjoy hanging out with everybody and it's fun. But competing is not my thing. It's not my strong suit, right? Competing is not my strong suit, especially if, I prefer to film it and take the time to like mess with the camera, adjust like the filters, add a little music in the background, you know, like catch a fish, hold it up to the camera, be like, woo, check it out, Spotty, or whatever, right? That's my thing. I love that. That's my jam, right? Competing for me gets in the way of making videos, right? And what's it called? And making videos gets in the way of competing, right? Like, there's no way I can keep up with somebody that's like fishing hard, right? While I'm trying to fish hard and make content. So I've gotten to this place where like I either gotta fish and compete or make content. Like, it's just too much of a distraction, too many things to think about, right? Like, you could be in the middle of a good bite and then your camera stops working, or your GoPro seizes out and you gotta turn it off and get it out of the little housing and take out the battery for it to restart because it won't restart otherwise. Or like, you've been filming for the past 10 minutes and your microphone stopped working, so you're not getting any sound. So now instead of like really like focusing up and catching the fish while you're getting bit, while you have that like 15-minute, 30-minute window to catch the fish in the right spot and they're actually biting, I'm over here messing around with the camera trying to get it back up and running so I can get back to fishing, right? So it's a little distracting. And it makes for not a good competition performance, and it also makes for not so good video because I don't have all the right stuff shot, right? Like, if I go to shoot a video, I like to catch like a little bit of B-roll, you know, like a little bit of the water, a little bit of the fish, a little bit of the release, that kind of stuff, to make the video kind of look nice, right? Not just like straight up fishing. And yeah, see, Samurai says compete, forget about recording. But so it's difficult, right? So I've always shied away from getting too involved in fishing competitions, right? I do spotty bowl because I don't record my spotty bowl stuff because that way I can fish. What up, Muto? And we're talking about fishing competitions and filming it, dude, and how it's like really difficult. And they do detract from each other. You can either have a great fishing video that you're shooting and filming, and you're gonna have like we'll do a scale thing, right? Great fishing video, but your performance in the tournament won't be as great, or vice versa. If you focus up and you try to do well, then your filming isn't that great because you're not going to catch all the B-roll, all the good stuff to make a nice video, right? So I'm not trying to say I'm going to do one or the other. I'm just letting you guys know that that's why traditionally I don't focus on tournaments. But it just so happened. You guys remember John with the Boston Whaler? He made us hot dogs one day when we went to the what is it called? To the bait barge one night. You guys remember that? It was like a couple of years ago now. Maybe a year ago. We went to the bait barge and John showed up with the grill on his whaler and he made everybody hot dogs. That was like one of the best MMFC outings to the bait barge. Yeah, cool. So Dario remembers. Okay, so last week he messaged me like on I can't remember if it was like on a Thursday or Friday. It was like really last minute. Salty says I'll never forget. It was very last minute. And so I mean, no, it wasn't. It was like on a Tuesday. Yeah, because Brian mentioned it on Wednesday. That's right. Richie Rich in the house. That's okay if you don't compete, Roman. Your videos are awesome. Thank you, Rich. So yeah, I'm gonna do both, but I'm gonna do them at the same time. That's what I'm trying to get at here, right? So I'll still be competing, but okay. So let's go back get back on track. So I never reached out to want to get into any other organization's tournaments because I thought, okay, that's a good day of fishing. I could be filming, right? Or kind of like that compete, no content, right? Compete minus no content. Yeah, right? To be fair, my videos aren't winning any Oscar. that make content in between competitions. Yeah, exactly. You can't do. It's hard to do both, Kevin. It's hard to do both. Even live streaming, guys. Even live streaming during the competition, you go to different areas of the bay that are not in service as well. So you end up not going to areas where you would want to fish because you lose connection, and then that's working against you in the competition already, right? So anyway, so John reached out to me. He's like, "Hey, do you?" He was really subtle about it too. He got me, dude. He got me good. He was subtle about it. Yeah, he's like, "Hey, do you ever compete in SBS?" And I'm gonna be doing it on Saturday. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I was like, "No, I never competed with SBS. Thanks." And then but then I was kind of curious too. He kind of got me. He didn't ask if I wanted to do it, right? But he asked if I had ever done it, and then my response was like, "Why? Are you looking for a partner?" ? And there was the issue. I accidentally volunteered, and I don't regret it. It was fun. So here's what happened. Saturday was it's a saltwater bass series, right, Salty? It's a saltwater bass series, the one that Brian and Salty compete in, right? I think this is their second one as a team. They look good, man. They're out there on Brian's boat. They got the Cool Baits jerseys with their names on the back, like really nice. And these guys look like they know what they're doing, right? It looks fun, very cool. And it was John and myself. We joined the league, but only for the one day, only for the one competition here in San Diego Bay, which happened on Saturday. And we joined in with the rookies, right? So we're in the rookie division, and Salty and Brian are in the Masters division, right? So we fished off of John's boat. It was super fun. I don't fish a lot from boats like in the bay, so it was nice to be able to like jet around on the boat and do like some nice drifts, right? You couldn't get as close to structure as I'm used to because of the kayak, but we were able to zip around. That's very nice. And fish standing up, which is really nice. It was really fun. We didn't do that great, but we didn't do that. I would say we didn't do that great, but it was still a fun experience. And the morning we pulled up, we registered and everything, and I drove to John's house, and then we carpooled in his truck with a trailered boat, and then I forgot my hat and my glasses in my truck before we left his house, and so by the time we got to the boat ramp, it's already too late. By the time I remembered that I forgot my stuff, At least it wasn't rods or anything that I forgot, right? I just forgot my glasses and my hat. And then Salty happened to be around when we pulled up. I was like, Salty, do you have an extra hat? And Salty gave me his lucky fishing hat to borrow. So thank you, Salty. That saved me, dude. That was awesome. And so let me borrow his hat. I used Salty's hat. I took all of his good luck. And then and then I didn't have any sunglasses. And I didn't think it was that big of a deal because I fish from the kayak all the time without sunglasses sometimes. But not the whole day like that, right? Especially not the whole day like that after not being on the water for a long time. Because there is I think a buildup of it, right? So that being on the boat with the wind coming at you when you're going fast, because I don't go that fast in the kayak, guys. I can go like less than, 3 miles an hour? So the wind in your eyeballs and the sun and the reflection of the sun off the deck of the boat is also a big deal. And man, long story short, we finished the competition or whatever. We got 10th out of, I think, 15 people, or 15, not 15 people, but 15 teams in the rookie division. We got 10th. And then we did get to see some pretty big fish, though. We saw like a 5.55 pound calico and some big sand bass. Some big fish were turned in. We're kind of hanging out by the weigh station. The other thing that was kind of weird was like we had to keep the fish in a live well, and it just like that bothered me a little bit. But I mean, I think a lot of the fish did survive, but it's like questionable. You know, it's like as long as they're within, as long as they can move, they're still considered alive. But it's like barely alive. You know, it felt bad about those fish. And the other thing is you can't do it's got to be legal size fish, so you can't do anything shorter than 14. But anyway, so overall, the event was fun. I enjoyed fishing from a boat, and I enjoyed the competition, the competing element. So John was already talking about maybe trying to do it again, trying to do another one. And like, I don't know. I think I would do another one if he wants to do another one, just because it was like a different experience. And I see the room for improvement, which is my biggest thing. I see the room for improvement. I see how making a couple of tweaks here and there are going to make me better at fishing. And I always only target spotties in the bay. I never target calicos. I never target sand bass, right? And sand bass to me are like, whatever. Like I'm not interested in catching sand bass because I've never had a reason to try to target sand bass, right? I've never had a reason to try to target calicos because I like to catch spotties, right? That's my thing, catching spotties. And so having to target bigger fish because of course calicos and sand bass are just bigger species of fish, right? So if you're gonna win this kind of event, saltwater bass, it's got to be with one of those bass. Like there was some nice spotties that were caught. Don't get me wrong, they're fat ones, but still the bigger the spotties, the sand bass and the calicos grow bigger, right? Or get bigger faster. I don't know how it works, but there just seem to be bigger classes of those fish. So that gives me so that kind of, like that kind of stuff is what kind of gets me. It's not necessarily the competition, but like the challenge of having to figure out a new species of fish, and not just figuring it out for the sake of figuring it out, but for a reason, right? For the competition, and I think more of the inspiration to try to do it again came from seeing the class of fish that was getting caught at the weigh station, right? Like if I would have just like left and not watched some of the fish come in, maybe my opinion would have been a little bit different. But seeing the class of fish, be like, God dang, dude, how these guys catch these fish? Like, where in the bay are you catching these fish? Like, a 5 pound calico. Where are you catching a 5 pound calico? And where are you catching another like a 4 or 5 pound what's it called? Sand bass, when I know that you couldn't fish the bait barge and you couldn't fish like the ammo dock and you couldn't fish these areas where I know I could catch a big sand bass. Like, it's not a big deal, right? Oh, I'll catch a big sand bass, go to the bait barge and whatever, catch a sand bass at middle of the night. That's like done, right? But catching them outside of those areas where it's like common to catch them, it's like, okay, well now there's like a challenge to try to figure out where these guys caught these fish, and then try to see if I can catch a similar size fish when it matters, right? So anyway, so that's exciting. That's a little bit of of a wrap up of what happened on my tournament. And I'm not gonna share Salty and Brian's side of it. Brian can talk about that a little bit on Wednesday because I don't want to steal his thunder, right? But they looked like they looked like they were having a blast, and for me, like I want to say, I feel like the friend who introduced a friend to a friend, you know, like and they got married and stuff. So every time I see Salty and Brian fishing, I say to myself, "You're welcome." Anyway, very cool. All right, so Coach, if you're ready, sir, I'm gonna warm this thing up and get you on here. If you guys have any questions at this point, come here. If you guys have any questions at this point, please put them in the chat real quick. I'm gonna talk to my son for a split second. Give me a second. All right, cool. So romantic. You can be the best man. Let's go. Let's go. Dude, yeah, Carl. The other thing, guys, that I want to talk about before we get Coach on here. Sorry, Coach. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna answer the call and get you on here, and you could give me your 2 cents on it too. So let's do that. Coach here. Where is the Skype? There it goes. Yeah, this is a good thing we need to talk about, guys. I didn't think it was a thing. Wedding photographer needed is Captain Dan. Nice. All right, here we go. Let's see. That's hilarious. My keyboard camera that doubles as my Skype camera. Moving that over. Coach, can you hear me?
What's good, man? What's good?
You know, just over here making it happen. You know, just call me the matchmaker. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Coach Worf coming in from the Coach Worf studio. Let's go. Cheers, Coach. Very nice. Okay. All right. So before we jump into the reports, let's talk about this real quick. So, the sun, the reflection of the sun from the deck, the wind in your eyeballs. You know, my eyeballs were sore. It felt like a dull pain in my actual eyeball, like both, right? To the point where I was like, God damn, this is weird. I googled can you get an eyeball sunburn, and you can, and it's like pretty bad actually. So I basically slept through, after the Saturday event. I basically slept through. I ate and I went to bed, and I slept through most of Sunday. To make the pain go away. Like by the end of Sunday, my eyes felt a little bit better. They didn't feel that ache, but even now they feel a little bit strained. So yeah, guys, like I guess eyeball sunburn is real and it's pretty bad. So make sure you wear those glasses, guys. I'm not gonna go out without glasses like that again. That was too long of a day, too much stress on my eyeballs, especially after not being out so often, right? To just jump into the full day of sunlight like that after like being indoors for like a past month or two, right? Since the last body bowl. It's not bad. It's not good for you. It's not good. Sunglasses are a must. Yep.
Not only that, but events like that contribute to your long-term risk of cataracts.
Ooh.
Cataracts and what they call what is it? It's CEF, chronic eye fatigue.
Oh.
Where your muscles have a hard time making your eyeballs track properly.
Oh wow.
And that can become a permanent. And that's why the Eskimos and the guys who are out on the ice up north make those things out of bark that go over their eyes with just a little tiny slit.
Yeah. I can't have it messing with my tracking, dude. How am I gonna track somebody in Warzone?
Yeah? Could be tough.
Damn.
During really bright days in the past, I'll straight up wear the face gaiter right over my eyes and everything.
Oh yeah, Arnie's saying the sun reflection off the water too. Of course, yeah, that's another one.
Yeah, and the lower of an angle you are to the water or snow, and the lower the angle of the sun is, the more reflection you get coming at you from both directions.
Oh yeah, yep.
And then you add wind burn on top of that, dehydration problems for your eyes, stuff like that.
Definitely wind burn, dude. Because like my kayak doesn't go that fast, so I'm not used to that kind of wind in my face.
Well, I mean, you got to protect yourself. You got to have that protective gear.
So that was a big learning. That was a big learning lesson right there that I want to share with you guys. So hopefully you guys don't burn your eyeballs, sunburn your eyeballs. I keep backup sunnies in the tackle bag. That's a great idea, Carl. Just even for the sake of protecting the wind. Yeah, Coach reminds me of Wilson from Home Improvements. That's funny. We should make instead of you covering your face, I should make like this thing. I should put a fence right there, or like a jetty or something, right? Or just something like nautical, something nautical. That's funny.
I'm looking over the cubicle wall.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Oh my.
Cool, guys. So Coach is going to share with us some of the local weather conditions and fishing that's been happening, and so you guys get an idea what's happened this past week and what to expect for next week, guys. So that's very cool. And then if you guys have any questions for Coach at any point, put it in the chat, and I'll ask him the questions. And there's me. Wee. I'll ask him the questions, and we'll take it from there. What's up, El Charlie? Welcome. Even when it's overcast, you get yeah. I've been sunburned when it's overcast, but yeah.
I mean, and you have the dehydration from windburn on top of that. You're dealing with a potentially dangerous scenario for sure.
Yeah, I wear sunglasses. The only problem is I take them off after 5 minutes. Oh, you gotta get used to it, dude. I know what you mean though. With the gator, like fogging up the glasses, that's the issue, right? I'm using a gator that's got holes in the front, so the air just kind of goes out of the holes, and you don't have to worry about it fogging up your glasses. It's not a COVID mask, of course, but it's not supposed to be a COVID mask, right? It's a sun thing. It's a shade thing.
And so it'll protect you from dust and certain types of flying debris. Also, I want to give a plug for this company because they make an awesome set of safety glasses.
All right.
I realize for your average person, they're like, safety glasses? What are you talking about? So there's a company out there called Pyramex. They make the iForce and iForce Slim. If you have a narrower face like me, they make the iForce Slim. If your face is a little wider, the regular iForce. They come with a bunch of different head strap band versions, and they have ventilation around the edges, so that and an anti-fog coating inside, so they never fog. For those of us that apply chemicals or apply stuff like hydrochloric acid, a good pair of safety glasses is a must. They're about $20 from Amazon, if I remember right.
Yes.
And they come with all the different head strap, the arm for the ear, the combination of the two, then like the head web thing. It all comes in the same thing, and it's like $20. They're from Pyramex, and they won't fog. They don't have a polarized version, but it'll give you complete eye protection from dirt, flying debris, anti-fog. Great safety glasses. I can't say enough.
Very nice.
So for anybody that has fogging problems, or, I realize that they're not $120 pair of Oakleys, but guys that spray hydrochloric acid on surfaces for a living use them. So
yeah,
they will protect your eyeballs.
Very nice. Yeah, that's crazy. I just, it's wild out there. Even if it's in the bay, the wind picks up, the sun is out. It's nature.
You betcha. In the words of the late great, it's nature. It's natural. Sorry, I had to quote Randy Savage there for a second. Anyway, nice. So we got some low afternoon tides this week with hefty tide swings midday. Look at this, 8:10 a.m. 5.2, negative 0.7 afterwards. So you're looking at 6 feet of swing. We got negative tides in the afternoon. I heard rumors of really big surf coming. Hopefully you guys got out this weekend. If you hopefully you weren't distracted by the geckos like me and you actually went out and caught some fish. I caught some badass geckos yesterday, Roman. But anyway, we got these really heavy sweeps midday. If you're fishing midday, places like Zuniga, places like even a negative 0.7 to a 4.7 still, yeah, you don't want to be messing with that. So So, anytime you're looking at 5 to 6 foot tides, 7 foot tides, please, 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 guys, if you're fishing places like Zuniga, the Mission Jetties, the mouth of Oceanside Harbor, places where waves can really ramp up quick, please be careful. Just know your limits, know your boundaries, understand, hey, beaching your kayak somewhere and then needing to get a lift or an Uber or whatever might save your life. So something to keep in mind as we head into these crazy tides the next couple of days.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right. Very cool.
Temp break, we're still hovering at 60 out here. 59, 58, 60, 61, 62. It's a huge mass of fairly warm water considering what time of year we're in. The cold water never really showed up this year from my way of looking at it.
Right.
So, I guess we'll see what happens from here. But even the OSPO is freaking wild. I'll show you that in a second. This is for a couple miles off La Jolla. We got 3 to 4 foot swell the rest of this week. I heard some really big swell was coming up to 8, 9 feet.
Yep.
I don't know if that forecast has changed or the person that was talking with me about it was looking farther out than I'm able to here.
It's Sunday, I think, when it's going to pick up crazy.
Yeah. So if we have if we still have fairly low tides and we have surf that big heading out of the weekend, next week is going to be unfishable during large parts along huge sections of San Diego's surf line, and anywhere inshore is going to be real difficult because of all the surf grass that's going to get chewed. So know your limits, be safe, go, take that opportunity at the beach when you're like, oh man, there's too much grass, I can't fish. Haul out the binoculars and do a little bit of education. Oh, by the way, that was saltwater tides, temp break, and then this is the NOAA forecast. Sorry, I wasn't saying so as I went here, Roman.
It's all good.
Well, as long as I don't get you in trouble, we're all right.
What are they going to do?
They're going to spank me and take away my birthday, Roman. I look forward to 2 out of 2 of those events. Sorry, I couldn't help it. Anyway, let's go look at the OSPO. This is courtesy of NOAA also. You can see we have this huge body of fairly warm water. It's reaching from, what is that, Todos Santos, all the way up to Santa Rosa Island and all the way out past Guadalupe. So, I mean, unless something seriously changes, I don't think we're going to get any cold water at all along our coast for the remainder of, quote, winter, unquote, although it hasn't felt like it.
Yeah.
I was out digging in the full sun today, and I thought I was in the devil's armpit somewhere.
So hold that screen right there. That screen is good. Okay, I'm going to send you a link to something, and I want you to bring it up, okay? It's going to be in the chat. You just click it, and it'll open it for you. And just put it in that same browser so you can see it. As another tab. Let's see. I want to get your opinion on this.
Oh, I don't know how I'll be able to see chat with you there, Roman. I don't know.
Here we go.
Put it on your face while I try to figure it out.
Here we go. I just sent you the message.
It flashed real quick for me. Yeah. How do I do this?
Put on my
face.
Here we go. My face.
Here we go.
Hello.
Here we go.
All right.
Oh, holy.
Okay, that's pretty cool, huh? Let me go back to you. Coach. Full screen. Okay. You can hit the little arrow on the left to make that little panel go away.
Well, this shows it pretty clear where we get our local water from, doesn't it?
Yes, it's really cool, right? I found it the other day. It was like random. And if you zoom out a little bit, you'll see the whole world's currents, and you can see how it's sucking up, how there's like an eddy for like that warm water going down and then coming back up all over. Like that's so like we're seeing a picture of the temps in and I don't think this is water temps. I think this is just surface temp, right? Well, I guess it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But you can see how the wind is acting on the water, and how it's pushing water around, and why the currents are moving the way they're moving. So I think this would be kind of cool to add to our weekly thing, because it gives you like a better idea of like what's the reasoning for this water movement, and if all of the wind is staying the same, it gives us an idea of like where that water's gonna get pushed to or from, right? Like it's really cool. Like if you zoom out a lot and you go to like down to the bottom of Mexico, you can see like the water circling. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. So this is where they predict the El Niños from. Is this portion of the Pacific right here?
Yep.
And when this warms up enough, it starts pushing all the water up this way, and then it sucks it right up the coast. It's a pretty cool thing to watch when the ENSO phenomenons happen. But yeah, this is a pretty cool map. This is pretty amazing technology. And much like my other map, you can see how the arrow's pointing right to the south end of Baja. And right here, it's pointing right at the south end of Baja. So
yeah, so they're pretty similar.
There's your split.
Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, it's like I've always thought like, okay, well, what's moving this water around? Of course, there's currents, but the wind is also affecting the currents. So that's pretty cool. And like the differences in water temperature is also creating a current, right? There's all these different things that are creating currents. So it's very cool.
So the difference of southern Baja and us is 4 degrees. That's insane,
right? But in those 4 degrees is a lot of fish variation.
Yep.
So cool. That's
insane.
That was what I wanted to share with you. I'm gonna send you one more because I think we need to incorporate this one into our show just in general.
Okay.
This is for the homies. I'm gonna put this one in chat, guys. This is my La Jolla fishing dashboard. La Jolla fishing dashboard. It just basically compiles information that was available to us from like government organizations here in town, and puts it into one dashboard, so you guys can look at it at a glance and say, is it going to be a good day to fish in La Jolla or not? Next couple of days, and it's all there for you. You don't have to go click on multiple sites to get the same information. It's all sourced into one page, and so you got the scripts peer information. You got the temps, the expected range of temperature for that day, an explanation of what these charts mean. Oh, can you go ahead and switch over to that one I sent you?
Let me look here. This thing. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Hello.
Blink.
There it is. Cool. So I put a link to that one in the chat, guys. Some of you guys have seen this before, but if you haven't, here it is. This is basically the water temp is going to be on the left. The predicted temperatures range for the day. Well, it's going to be sunny, rainy, whatever. And then this is the cool part here. The wave height prediction.
Right there.
From scripts. There's a spike that Coach was talking about. So and also an explanation of how to read this chart, guys. So for example, what is it today? Monday. Let's go like about 2 or 3 feet. Right? About 2 or 3 feet. If you go to the top. Yeah, right there. About 2 or 3 feet where it says wave height. And that's basically like an average, guys. The way you would figure out what the actual waves could be that day is explained on the left side where it says wave height, what it means, and then the formula to figure out what the max wave height would be that day. So on this day where it says like 9 feet on Sunday, it could be over like 16, 17 feet that day. You get waves that big because there's a multiplication factor. Because of the way that they measure it, this is that you can calculate 1 point times 1.86 will give you like an idea of what a big wave could be on that day. So don't go expecting on a day where it's like 3 feet. Don't go expecting only 3 foot waves. It could be up to 6 feet, right? On that day. So that's kind of how that works. That's what the explanation is there on the left. And then on the second chart is like a wave peak period. Basically, it tells you how much time you have between like waves, and you want this one to be the lowest possible because that gives you better opportunity to get out past the surf before the next wave crashes, right? So, for example, on Saturday, it's not going to be that big, but it's more frequent, so it could be pretty bad if it's. I mean, it's still small. What is it? But it'll be easier to get out on a Friday because it's not as high peak period. Also, not as high surf, right? So that's the way you would read these charts. And then what's this average?
So you want your average period to be as long as possible.
Yeah, exactly. But that's like these are all charts from different pages on the SDIP Scripts Pure like website. But I put them all together on one page, so it's easier for you to track them all, and you don't have to go back and forth between pages to try to figure out. You can just line them up. It's there. If you don't know what it means, the explanation's on the left, and then here's like where you can fish and where you can't fish, and how to launch your kayak video, and some of one of the first interviews we did with Kevin about fishing La Jolla. So there it is. That's kind of a resource I put together for you guys. If you guys didn't know about it, there it is. If you did, thanks for humoring me and letting us talk about it. Cool.
And before I sign off, I want to kind of look at some dock totals real quick, just so we can get an eye of what's going on across the bite.
I dig it.
Up north, as usual, piling up the rockfish. Quite a few sheephead and whitefish in the mix, and boccaccios and whatnot.
Nice.
The interesting one here is out of 22nd Street. Somebody decided to keep some blue perch, which I'm sort of surprised about. I really like blue perch. I know a lot of people are like, oh, they're disgusting, whatever, but I've always enjoyed eating them. I always enjoyed eating opali and sargo too. So I guess I'm a filthy WTA good for nothing at the end of the day, but or maybe I'm just embracing the Asian inner me. I don't know, but I've gotten a lot of personal enjoyment out of eating fish that a lot of people kind of would never consider keeping. And I've made some really good dishes out of some fish that would be considered trash fish or just less desirable or whatever. I mean, I get it more than almost anybody. Sea chubs are universally loved by poor people across the world, and they are universally hated by rich people across the world. So, I mean, I get it. Yes, sea chubs, the sea chub family, which includes the Margate grunts like the sargo, that includes opali, which are ironically in the nibbler family. No, I didn't make it up. And the blue perch, which are in, what family are they in? They and the zebra chubs are in the third of the fourth families. But
nice. Anyways,
I mean, you know, you see this and like, oh, guys are keeping sand dabs and they're keeping, sand dabs are delicious. I mean, you just got to make sure the oil's hot enough so they don't get all watery on you. That's the only thing. Just make sure the oil's hot enough and the sand dabs will come out good.
That's funny.
You know, we got a few rockfish. Seaforth has been pounding the whitefish. I'm really kind of surprised that they're doing this, but I mean, I guess I know why, because of the whole 3 or 4 vermilion limit or whatever. So they've switched up targets and they're pounding the whitefish. I saw them mid last week.
Like they're getting their rockfish limit, and then they're augmenting their bag with whitefish.
I think that they're willing to put 10 whitefish on board for anybody who wants to take 10 of them home, and then they go chase rockfish.
Interesting.
I think they're doing it the other way around. I saw them out east of a spot called the 32 on maybe Wednesday off La Jolla, and it looked like there was an awful lot of people reeling on that boat. So they were probably right in the middle of a huge school of whitefish and just putting them on one after the other.
Nice.
Side note to the kayak anglers who want to fish west of Mission Bay. Not that there's very many of you, not that it's popular to do. It's widely deemed that there's not enough yellowtail out there or whatever to make it worth the time. But for anybody inclined, when Seaforth is putting numbers like this from their half days up, figure out which boat is doing well. It's usually either AM or PM. And when they're absolutely just jugging the whitefish like this, go and launch your kayak and paddle out there where they clean the catch out west of North Jetty, about 600 or 700 yards, and ask them to throw you a carcass and put it down on really heavy gear. I'm just saying, you won't always, it'll always be a surprise what's on the end. You'll never know. You'll never know what it is. If you had to try to put even money on it beforehand, you'd lose far more often than not.
That's funny.
But
only do that if you're ready for a big fight, guys. You gotta have heavy gear too.
Yes, I emphasize heavy gear. I would recommend 50 to 60 pound mono minimum.
You could end up with a shark or Black sea bass or something like that.
Black sea bass, giant calicos, just all kinds of random crap you'll pull up that way.
Jeez.
And it's funny that you talk about calicos in the bay because I've caught several 10-pounders within the technical defines of Mission Bay.
Wow.
But I've never done it during the daytime. That's one thing.
Yeah.
And I've never done it on a lure. That's another thing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying it couldn't be done. I just don't really. I was already over my plastic throwing phase at that point.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what to say about that. I'm not saying it couldn't be done. I think it probably could. If you had the right timing and the right tides and you were working the right spots, I think you could catch a 10 on lures. But I've caught quite a number technically inside Mission Bay. And I caught them on big chunk bait on 50-pound line many times.
Very nice. Oh, there you go. We'll go split screen so we can talk about this stuff, or
sure.
Yeah, cool. Let's do that. Very cool. Whoa, there I am. Hello.
Am I good here, Roman?
Let's see. Nope. You're still sharing screen.
There we go. And hey, I think I got it. Maybe.
Yeah, you got it.
All right.
Trying to find the right screen over here. Where is it? There it is. Got it. Nailed it. That's cool, man. Okay, guys, have any questions for Coach before we let him go?
I'll be right back, Roman. I'll be right back. Put it on your face for a second. I'm gonna go grab something.
All right, cool. Wait a sec. Go for it. All right. While Coach is tearing up the garage, let me know if you guys have any questions for him, or if you have any questions about what we've discussed so far. I see San Diego Astro Rod is back. He fished G Street Shelter all day. Oh, nice, dude. Some jacks and a lot of mackerel. Stingray, no big bites today. Oh, it was super chill, though. Took the kids. Oh, that's nice. Very cool. I missed a report. What's better to fish tomorrow? Mission Bay or San Diego Bay? I think it's always better to fish. Right now, I think it's better to fish probably San Diego Bay in the morning before it gets too windy. Mission Bay's always been kind of tougher. But I think I mean, from my perspective, but not based on the science, but from my perspective, it seems like the bigger fish are in Mission Bay, like the bigger average, I guess. But that was disproven from our science experiment. So the bigger fish are in San Diego Bay, but Mission Bay is more fun. It's easier to get around in, and there's less high speed boat traffic. But if you're fishing from shore, probably Mission Bay. It's more. You can just walk around the whole place. Fish everywhere. All right, cool. You ready? Coming back. Coach. There he is. All right.
Now, I might be one of the last people in the world that owns one of these, but I used to use a combo a little stiffer than this with 6/0 that was tricked out. That is my hand on there for size comparison. And this is a Seeker 40 to 100 pound rod. And I had lots of fish that I hooked when I fished off the new Seaforth and at that time the Dolphins and Chubascos. Later, the Chubascos spoils out there west of the jetties. I had lots of fish, even on 80 and 100 pound, I couldn't turn.
Oh, wow.
I had an unlimited rod with a 9/0 on it, and I got beat on that rig one time, at least once.
Jeez.
So
that's what you would need to drop off of that carcass.
Yep, that's it right there. Something with real heavy mono on it, something with lots of stretch, where you can just apply as much pressure as humanly possible and get you and that fish ever closer, half a turn at a time until the twain meet. But I caught lots of big rays, big sharks, giant angel sharks, those big Pacific skate things that get to 150 pounds or so, quite a few of those. One thing about the Pacific skate, people, if this were anywhere else in the world, bat rays and Pacific skates would be top game fish. If this was anywhere else in the world, catching a big skate would be every bit as an accomplishment as catching a big yellowtail.
Why?
Or more.
Because they taste good?
Just because they get huge, they're hard to target, they'll saw you off, they'll suck you tight to the bottom. Takes an incredible amount of leverage to get them pointed up again when they do that. The amount of skill necessary to land a really big Pacific skate, like over 150 pounds, is immense. Just the amount of pressure that you have to apply to this fish, and there is no guarantee of the outcome. I don't care how heavy of gear you use. I don't care if you use a rail rod, a plate. I don't care if it's an electric reel. There is no way to guarantee the outcome of a fight with a really big skate.
It looks like kind of like a shovel nose and a stingray mixed together, right?
Yep. Except it's like 7 or 8 feet wide.
Wow.
And 9 feet long. Some of the really big ones. I don't know if we have the giant ones here. I know they've got them up north. I think that's the Alaska skate, the one that gets to almost 10 feet long, or it's something like that. Or Bering skate, maybe.
Yeah.
But we get some big Pacific skates off San Diego in deeper water, and that huge chum pile day after day. You know how we talk about turning an oasis, making an oasis out of a desert,
right?
Because they'll do it every time.
Because those charter boats pretty much fillet all their stuff and dump the carcasses in the same zone, pretty much, right?
And keep in mind,
it's
a lot of times
too.
they're moving when they do this, right?
Yeah.
So it's not just attracting all the fish around there; it's attracting all the fish along the whole route since they started cutting.
Yeah.
So that line could be miles long, and that just points like a giant arrow right to the end.
And they're doing it every day.
And they do it every day, and they hammer the whitefish hard 8 or 9 days in a row.
Maybe twice a day too, because they do half days, right?
Well, usually one of them does better than the other.
Oh, right.
Right, and so typically the whitefish are biting on whatever tide in the afternoon or in the morning, and that's when they put the wood to them, and then.
That's funny.
That's crazy. I mean, if you can figure out which one of the half days is really just putting the hammer down, and especially if it's the afternoon one, because the big critters start getting active when the sun starts going down, and that's right about the time the half days are coming in this time of year.
And these skates, are those edible?
They are, but like I said, in most parts of the world, that would be considered a game fish. Like if you went to England and you killed a giant skate, people would climb through your window and kill you. I'm serious. I'm serious. Somebody would climb in your window with a club and get you while you were sleeping.
Jeez.
So
that and carp, right? They really love carp.
Yeah, but carp are incredibly hard to catch if they've been caught before. It's just we have so many here that they haven't been caught before, so they're dumb. They're way harder to catch than a largemouth bass or anything else, especially big ones, because over time they get conditioned. They'll spit the rig instantly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And if you don't have a trap on your rig, something that might have half a chance of snagging a lip on its way out of the carp's mouth, you're done.
That's funny. That's good though.
And that's why you have to tie up all these goofy rigs, and there's hinge points and all kinds of crap on the rigs they use over there.
Yeah, Captain Dan said it took 2 hours to land one for the Dead Meat TV show. That's where they took it to. What was that restaurant they took it to, Captain Dan? And they cooked it up and made a bunch of cool stuff with it. So it was yummy.
I mean, they are good, but I'm telling you, if you went to Scotland and landed one of those giant skates, you'd be murdered on the way back to the airport. I'm not even kidding.
Oh, God. Nice. Cool. Well, on that note, let's do Coach's words of wisdom for the week. Weekly wisdom? Weekly wisdom. We need weekly wisdom.
My weekly wisdom, just like our discussion here about the Pacific skate. I mean, there's all these fish that are off our shores that nobody fishes for. If you can, I mean, think about it. For decades, everybody thought that I was crazy when I said, well, there's plenty of swordfish there. You just got to figure out how to catch them. And now we have a local swordfish fishery, right?
True. Yeah.
I remember talking with you about that maybe 6 years ago or 5 years ago. You were asking me about swordfish when we were out on the jetty. And I said, they're right there. There's plenty of swordfish. They're right there. We just didn't have a technique down to fish them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm telling you, Roman, somewhere out there is a guy who can figure out how to catch Pacific skates, really big ones. He's got it down to an art form somewhere. And he could get the guys from England to come out and pay $500 a day to go catch those things. I guarantee it. There's somebody out there.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So think a little bit outside the box. Don't be afraid to try new stuff. If what you're doing is not working, switch it up. What's the worst that's going to happen? It's going to keep not working.
You're gonna keep skunking?
Yeah, change it up.
Very
So, I
cool.
mean, just again, being flexible, being open to new ideas, not being stuck with what I call the yellowtail mindset. The key that just locks, and then it's just flashes the yellowtail in front of your eyes over and over again.
Only tuna.
Yeah, there's nothing but bluefin. There's nothing but bluefin. You see the zombies at the docks all wandering around. I mean, bluefin are cool, but there's a bunch of other stuff out here too, and a lot of it's not fished for by anybody. So don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. If you want help stepping out of your comfort zone, come see me. I'm on the Discord. I'm on SD Fish. Come and find me. Hit me up on YouTube. Hey, Coach, what do you think about this? Am I crazy? I'll be like, well, you might be.
Well, let's go.
Find out if you're crazy.
Nice. Very cool. Well, awesome. So, guys, you can check out Coach Worf's channel, Worf TV on YouTube. Check him out. Go give him a sub, guys, if you can. You can also message him on SD Fish and through our Discord server. So, Coach, thanks again for taking the time to hang out with us and give us the report and share your knowledge with us. We'll see you. We'll take you out with a round of applause from the live studio audience, and we'll see you next week. Thank you, sir.
Take care of yourself, Rome, and be well, my man.
Good night, Coach. Thank you so much. Very cool. Coach, always talking to Coach always puts me in a good mood. He's like such a good dude and positive attitude, and I feel like every time I talk to him, I learn something. So very cool. Very cool. Okay, guys. So that's pretty much the end of the show. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Fishy Hour. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we'll be back with Brian for bait fishing with Roman and Brian. He can tell you guys all about his participation in the SBS this last weekend, how him and Salty did, and maybe share some knowledge with us. And we'll see. It's gonna be a fun day. I'm not sure exactly what he has planned besides that, but it'll be fun. It'll be a fun event. Yes, Captain Dan says the restaurant where they cook that fish, it was what is it? Where's it? Wrench and Rodent in Oceanside. Sounds cool. I want to go there, try it out. I mean, the dishes he showed me looked amazing. So it's like high end chef stuff. So very nice. Iron Fish says no. What's going on? Very cool. Good night, guys. Great stuff. All right, cool. So let's some shout outs real quick. Leonard, thanks for helping today with the moderation. Also, Salty Dangler in the house. C Samurai, Kevin, Carl, Marvin, Benjamin. What up, dude? Welcome. I caught the last half. Worked late today. Oh, no worries, Benjamin. Always welcome to come back here. You can watch the replay if you want to catch up. And if you have any questions that you wanted to ask and we didn't cover in the show, you can leave your questions in the Fishy Hour questions section of our Discord server. It's !Discord. Go sign up. It's free. And you can leave your questions there, and we can pick them up the next show. You can also leave a comment after this show posts, and we'll look back there and see if we can answer your question in the next episode. Okay? Very cool. Who else is in here? Zach Riggs in the house. Oscar, Kyle, Doug, Ruben. Oh, Doug, I saw you Saturday. You pulled up to the way station and took off pretty quickly. I didn't get a chance to say hello. But sweet bike, dude. I finally got to see the motorcycle. I love that style of motorcycle, the GS bike or the touring bikes. Very cool. Anyway, all right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. You have a good night.